Cam swings at a high pitch, so all three pitches that are throwing the rock here for Mary Persons got some heat and got our batters chasing a little bit. So that's one out here for us in the top of the first as this. All right, so Jay Francis comes up to the plate as he takes the first pitch as a ball here. So two down here in the top of the first inning of our second game of our double hitter. That's another ball to tie. And the count goes to 2-0 on Jay Francis. So we're trying to break even here in the second game as we took a defeat in the first game and the score is 6-0. Once again, Jay Francis takes another ball, so that's 3-0. Jay Francis definitely ahead here in the count. He should be taking on this pitch, as I believe Kurt Campbell, number 15, is on deck. And the pitch outside, and Jay Francis takes a walk. So right now we got a runner on first base, two outs here in the top of the first inning. Number 15, Kurt Campbell. And moves to second base, puts itself in scoring position. So with two down here in the top of the first inning, we got a runner in scoring position. And Kurt's first pitch was a ball. That's low. Takes another pitch. That's Kurt. Second pitch takes it to 2-0 with Jay Francis sitting pretty on second base. So if we can get a ball put in play, maybe able to get a chance to move Jay Francis and try to jump on the scoreboard early in this game. And the pitch. And there's a timeout by Kurt. So once again, folks, if you weren't able to get the notification that we started this game early, definitely follow, definitely like whatever format you choose, whether it be YouTube or Facebook, and you'll get the acknowledgement so that you'll know that this game will start or just like any other game in the future. Kurt takes an outside pitch, hits right on the corner, and that takes the count to 2-1. So this game was supposed to be scheduled for 1:30. Looks like they start earlier than 1:30, but hopefully you got a notification. Oh, nice, funny looking pitch right there. I want to say that was a curve that turned into a slider that turned into falling off the table. So whatever that pitch was, Kurt was able to hold out just long enough to foul tip it off. Count stays even at 2-2. Jay Francis on second base, trying to see if we can start our scoring off early in this game. And the pitch. Oh, catches the high outside corner, and that'll get them out of the inning. So, three pitchers that I've seen today, folks, have been able to rock and fire. So, they're bringing some pretty good guys on the mound, and that kind of froze Kirk there for a strike three, and that'll get them out the inning, and we'll be heading to the middle of the first inning. All right, folks, as we head into the bottom of the first inning, Kurt Campbell takes the mound here for our junior varsity Rams. And we're going to see what old Kurt can put together, as it looks like they swap places, as number 7, Jay Francis, who pitched the last game, takes over here behind the plate as our catcher. Once again, on first base, number 10, Gabriel White. We have at second base, we're going to have Brian McLaren. At shortstop, we'll have Jace Yearwood. And on third base, we'll have Nick Johnson. Left field, once again, is going to be number 13, Kay Briggs. In center field, we'll have Cam Armstrong, number 9. And in right field, to round it off, Jay Gunn, number 34, will play right field. All right, as we start here in the bottom of the first inning, we got Kurt Campbell on the mound today. His first pitch is high and outside. Kurt's a slim right-hander on the mound. Does a great job. Been with the program about 3 years here. And for our new Ram Junior Varsity squad. Talked to a couple players between games. All of them felt that they could have done a better job, and that's good to know that there is some accountability that they're taking as Kurt Campbell throws a nice strike and gets the batter to swing and miss. But it was good to hear those guys talking to themselves, knowing that they can put out a better performance than they played the last game, and I think they will. Oh, so Kurt catches the batter on the hip, and that'll move him down to first base after being hit by the pitch. All right, so Kurt's first batter, unfortunately, was hit by the pitch, and we'll move on to the second batter. We did get a base run in that first inning to second base, but now they have a base runner on first base with no outs here in the bottom of the first inning. The pitch inside, catcher misses the ball, and the batter boogies down to second, takes a decent turn, and he'll stay there at second as he steals on the wild pitch. So once again, folks, it's a beautiful day here in Forsyth, Georgia. The sun is shining. Several clouds have moved in but have not blocked the sun, which is great. Kurt throws another pitch, which is high. Takes the count to 2-0. But the weather is excellent baseball weather. A little bit windy. We're not going to complain about that too much. It may have some effect like it did last game with the ball being popped in the air, being able to figure out what direction they're going in and staying in. Jay Francis catches the ball, throw, and we get him. Oh, great throw by Jay Francis. He put it right there, and the runner slid underneath the tag and was able to make it into third base. So great attempt there by Jay Francis. Nick Johnson did everything he could to try to put the tag on him, but I believe the runner slid right underneath the tag. So they move a man definitely in scoring position here on third base. 2 balls, 1 strike here on the batter. Pitch is low. Looks like we've have a different umpire as he's giving signals that I can truly make sure I stay on top of the count. Count goes to 3-1. I want to say the umpire has swapped out spots. One behind the plate. The other one's behind first base. So Mary Pearson's threatening here as the pitch is called a strike. It was a little high. Batter was extremely surprised. I was a little surprised myself, but we're definitely going to take it. Count goes to full at 3-2 with a man on third base in the bottom of the first inning. This is the second game of a doubleheader today. We started the game a little earlier. So if you know folks who typically watch the game and they're expecting to be at 1:30, send them a text message, give them a phone call. Kurt aims that one a little bit low and outside, and that's going to be a walk there as they move to the third batter of the inning with no outs here in the bottom of the first. So we move to the third batter. This young man hit a rocket shot to left center, cleared up the bases, caused some heartaches for us in the first game. Got to be careful with this guy. Ball is low in the dirt. Count goes to 1-0. With a man on first and third, here's the pitch. Turn back around, get over the gate, and he's got to watch both ways. No. Okay, so we had the pickoff there. but he had a man on third. Kurt had a great pickoff, but unfortunately, he had a man on third. Didn't want to give up the run, but kind of just lackadaisically threw the ball to second base. Kind of threw it in the dirt, really hard for our second baseman, which is Brian, to be able to handle that ball. So, not a whole lot hurt. We did move him into second base, but at least we didn't give up the run. So we got to still try to get out of this inning with no outs here on the board. Ball is low and inside. Takes the count to 2-0. So definitely got to work on the lackadaisical part of it. Every inning, every pitch, every ball is a live ball until the umpire says it isn't. So you have to throw as hard as you can. You have to throw with some frequency. The big third batter for Mary Pearson hits a fly ball foul over our dugout, and that'll take the count to 2-1. All right, so a man on second and third here. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch swung on, hit right over the pitcher's mound into center field. He's going to move 2 batters across the plate. So great at bat there by the Mary Persons batter, the third batter, and he scores 2, and that's going to increase their score to 2-0. All right, folks. So putting ourselves behind the 8 ball yet again here in game number 2. The good thing about it is not necessarily routine plays has got us there. It's just they've hit the ball and taken the walks that they're supposed to take. So nothing really harmful. We got to do everything we can to try to get out of this inning as Kurt throws a high fastball outside the pit, outside of the plate. Takes the count to 1-0. Man on first base after he see everything. But nice at bat by the young man from Mary Persons. Sure. All right, still no outs here in the bottom of the first inning. As the ball gets by, Jay, runner slides in with no throw. So what started off as a fairly decent inning is kind of turning catastrophic for us as we give up 4 runs here like we did in the first game, and we're down on the scoreboard 4-0 with no outs here in the bottom of the first. Ball's popped up. Runner interference, maybe. Okay, so he's going to call it a foul ball, but the runner did not get out of the way. And a lot of times, if you interfere with the defensive player trying to make a catch, it is batter's interference. So, umpire didn't see it that way. Ball popped up, takes the count to 1-1. Ball is kind of thrown behind the batter. Now take the count to 2-1. All right, folks, we're going to look and make sure everything is exactly where it needs to be as the count goes to 2-1 here in the bottom of the first inning. Ball's popped up, foul to the back to the net. And that'll take the count even at 2-2. So once again, folks, we find ourselves behind the 8 ball. Had a play, but unfortunately he couldn't reach long enough to get it, but it flew off his glove. That was Nick that tried to come up from third base. And it's here in the bottom of the first, which was desperately needed to try to get us out of this inning. Up some of the Chase Yearwood starts off by getting a double play, stopped the ball, grabbed it on Nick Johnson, and the pitch right on that lower corner. Nick watches it go by, real upset with himself, felt he should have put that one in play. So the count goes to 1 across the plate where it needed to be in order to be a strike, and that'll take the count even at 2-2. So no outs with a man in scoring position on second base. Gabriel gets us in a good situation. Ooh, Nick wanted to reach for that one, but decided better not to, and the count goes full at 3-2. So A lot of food, a lot of money out there on them bases for Nick. See if we can just get him to put the ball in play so we can move the runners along. And the pitch. And pitcher didn't like what he saw. Gabriel White is always a threat to steal. Pitcher backs off. Nobody's covering the base. Decides to that might have hit Nick. It didn't cost too much. He took one for the team as he moseys on down first base. So after being hit by the pitch and a nice double to right center, Gabriel's on second, Nick's on first, and we got a little something working here, folks, in the top of the second inning. So number 34, Jalen Gunn is on deck with a man on first and second. Brian McLaren steps into the batter's box. That pitch is high. So great chance for our junior varsity Rams to get back into this game, get some movement on the scoreboard. And the pitch. Nice cut, nice pitch, both sides. Brian has takes a nice cut at the ball, evens the count up to 1-1. He was all over that pitch. Unfortunately, he pulled out just at the last minute. That pitch is high as well. Takes the count to 2-1. This is one of those times that I want to bring up our conversation with Brian. Oh, that's high. But, he caught the high inside corner on Brian. Takes the count to 2-2. Brian swinging it back good. He just got to keep his head on the ball all the way to the zone. I think when he does that, he's going to catch one. And this should be the pitch. Oh, he froze Brian. Oh, nice curveball by that young man. Unfortunately, he froze Brian in his tracks. That was an outstanding pitch by the Mary Persons pitcher as he strikes us out. So that's our first out here in the top of the second inning. We got two men on base, first and second, trying to get some runs here. Number 34, Jalen Gunn steps in there and takes his first pitch, which is a strike, takes the count to 0-1. So we're going to have to get this bat off our shoulders and start swinging, folks. We do have some people on base. We got to get them moving. That ball goes in the dirt. Catcher, once again, not a whole lot of movement back there. He doesn't have a whole lot to do. I haven't seen a whole bunch of pass balls, so that's the pitcher's putting it right there so he don't have to move, and that's the catcher doing a great job of stopping the ball. Count goes even at 1-1 with two men on first and a man on second. That one goes low. Ooh, but it catches a bar low half corner. I can see Jalen not swinging at that one because that one was really low right there. But that's going to take the count to 1-2. And the pitch. Now, that was low and outside, and to me, that looked similar to the last pitch, but we'll take it. And that brings the count even at 2-2. Once again, folks, trailing by 4-0. Really need somebody to put the ball in play here. Nice swing. He has to go. Gabriel sneaks over to second and third. They try to turn three. Great. Oh, and the man gets there. Incidental contact there at second base. Nick checks on the thrower. Incidental contact. Nick's trying to get into second base. Number 34, Gunn, moves Gabriel over to third place. Nick gets put out at second, but we get Mr. Gunn to first base. So incidental contact out there on second base. Great sportsmanship by Nick to see if the young man was okay. He's okay, and we are back to baseball. All right, so we got number 6, Kenneth Briggs, at the plate right now. That ball goes high. Gabriel White comes in from third. And he's safe in there. He's safe in there. Just give me a second, folks. All right, so Gabe scores on the pass ball. Number 34, Gunn, moves down to second base, and there's two outs here, one strike here on the batter. Swung and missed, foul tip back almost into glove. Good thing it fell out. So 1-2 strikes here on Mr. Briggs as Mr. Gunn moves down to second base. So we did get some action here. We did get our first run of the inning of the game, as a matter of fact. And we cut into the lead as we trail this contest 4-1. Oh, once again, that is just a nasty pitch by that young man. He's throwing fastballs. All of a sudden goes to the changeup. It looks like it's going high, but just levels off, and it freezes our batter. And that'll be it for the inning there, as we did get some men on base, which was great for our guys, but not able to get everybody in as we leave one sitting on the bases. So going into the bottom of the second inning, we put a little damper or a little excuse me, as we put a little leeway in that lead, drops it down from 4-0 to 4-1. So Gabriel White scores on a pass ball from third base, and that's good to see that we put the ball in play. We just got to continue to make some plays in the outfield, and we should be okay. So right now we lead going into the bottom of the second, 4-1. As always, we like to take care of our sponsors and let you know who is out there to take care of all your needs. Starting off with Shamitria Dixon from State Farm. When it comes to life, home, and auto, she can take care of all of your needs. Our platinum level sponsor, Shamitria Dixon, and her State Farm Insurance Company have been pillars in the Newton High School community. Being a former Ram, Shamitria has continued to prove why investing back into your school and community is essential to the continued growth and prosperity within the Covington area. When approached with the opportunity to support the JV baseball program, she didn't think twice. Not only did she sponsor the team and the live broadcast, she showed how important it is to her, her family, and her business by becoming a platinum level sponsor. The baseball program and the entire Newton High School population said thank you for your unwavering support of all of our programs. All right, folks, as we mosey into the bottom of the second inning, had some good movement here in the last inning from our Rams as Kirk Campbell takes the hill again. And we trailed this contest 4-1. Swung on and hit to left field. It's going high and deep. Our fielder was playing real shallow. Great hit by the Mary Persons runner as he's going around second base. He gets held up. Oh, we just throw the ball into the field. Brian's trying to make a play. He misses the ball. And there we go again. It rears its ugly head again. Natural plays that we're supposed to just make. We're just not making them. And so we got some work to do, folks. We really do have some work to do. And all of these errors are definitely fixable. It's just about being at the right depth, not taking for granted that, we played this team before. They have proven they can hit the ball to the fence. So we need to be deeper. And the first pitch, foul back over the backstop. So they start off this inning, the bottom of the second, with a man getting his way over to third base just by some common errors that we're making. Kirk Campbell back on the mound pitching, throws one, pops one up to center field. Cam Armstrong gets a beat under it. He comes in. Oh, my goodness. Cam makes the ball falls right off his glove, and the man on third comes in home. So just the small errors, that is just another play that we definitely have to make, folks. I just think that we're just being a little bit lax when the ball's coming to us. We got to make sure we grab Cam, put a big arm around him, and let him know, hey, we still believe in you. You got to believe in yourself. So they'll credit that with a single/error. Man comes in from third base, and they have a man on first base with no outs. Ball's hit again to Cam out there deep. He circles under it again. He comes in and misses it again, unfortunately. Right fielder comes up, throws the ball into Jace at second base, and they move the runner to second base. And so with two deep balls hit the right center, we're unable to make the play, and they continue this onslaught here that they have in the bottom of the second as they have a man on first and second. All right, so once again, our defense is just really having its way with us. Our pitchers are doing a great job. We want them to put the ball in play, but we have to make the play behind them in order to help our pitchers out. So no outs here in the bottom of the second. Kurt turns around, flies one back to Jace. Great pickoff attempt by Kurt. Unfortunately, unable to get the runner out as he slides underneath the tag. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. That's going to be the first strike here on number 15. Got 15 at the plate and 15 on the mound. Let's see if the pinstripe 15 can get the victory in this match as Kurt throws another strike past the batter and takes the count to 0-2. They do have a man on first and second with no outs here in the bottom of the second. And the pitch. Kurt takes 3 in a row. So 3 straight pitches. Kurt helps himself on this one and strikes out the batter. So that's our first out here in the bottom of the second inning. All right, so a lot of work here for us to do to get out of this inning. We need 2 more outs here with a man on first and second. That was our first out of the inning. And the first pitch to the batter is a ball. And the pitch. High and inside. Takes the count to 2-0. So they just have taken back the run that we dented into them on the top of the second as they increased the lead back to 4. Foul tip. And that takes the count to 2-1. Gust of wind comes through. Misses that outside corner just by a smidge and takes the count to 3-1. So, folks, this is the second game of our double hitter. Hopefully, you was able to log in. I believe that everybody thought the game, including myself, was at 1:30. They started early because the first game went so fast. Pitch is high, and that's going to be a walk. So we walk the bases loaded. Still 1 out here in the bottom of the second with a dangerous hitter coming to the batter's box. So got to be careful here. Got to have proper placement when it comes to making these pitches. So Kurt got his work cut out for him as we do not want to give them a huge inning based on what we see at the plate. And the pitch. Batter takes the first pitch. Strike. Hopefully it looks like our fielders have taken a approach to scoot back. Ooh. Uh-oh. Here we go. Looks like we can get this one. Got him. Got him. And he got him. Nice play by the catcher as he hesitated a little bit. Kurt boogies on down to home plate, and we get the batter out at home. Let's see. So that was Jay Francis as the catcher, tossing it back to Kurt Campbell. And they get our second out of the inning, so we just got to really focus on this one. The other 2 runners was able to move up to second and third as they tried to steal home on a wild pitch, and we caught them right at the plate. But it's still a deadly batter here at the top. Kurt throws it inside. Count goes to 3-1. So honestly, I wouldn't mind if we may have walked this batter. We don't want to give it too much. There's a base open, so we would be okay with that one. Just don't put it across the plate. As there's a shot down to third base, Nick catches it, stands up. Oh, and there's no throw. So great stop by Nick. Just need him to fire it across the diamond to see if we can get that runner out. And unfortunately, they're able to put one across the plate again. That increases their score to 6, and we trail this contest 6-1, still with 2 outs and a man on first and third. So a great stop there by Nick. Just needed him to rise up and toss that bad boy over to first. He didn't feel like he was comfortable with it and decided not to make the throw. So all is not bad. We gave up 1 run, but we still live to fight another day. So now it's a man on first and third, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Kurt checking both bases. First was first, and second time was third base before he brings his next pitch home. Sun continues to pop himself out. A couple clouds trying to block it, but the sun keeps fighting through. Oh, pitch goes over his head. Ball bounces off. We should have a play here. We should have a play. Oh, we got him again. And we got him again, folks. So nice play by Jay Francis as he takes the bounce off the bouncy net, throws it back into pitch to Kurt as he comes down to get the man out. And we catch two of them trying to steal home on wild pitches, and that gets us out of the inning, folks. So we'll take it all day, every day, folks, as Jay Francis and Kurt Campbell help themselves out, and we get out of the inning. All right, as we get two men out trying to steal on wild pitches home, that gets us out of the inning, but we still trail on the scoreboard 6-1. Number 17, Amari Hutchinson comes to the plate for our Newton Junior Varsity Rams as we try to continue to get some folks on base and see if we can get some runs across the plate. So overall, not a bad defensive stand here for our Newton Junior Varsity Rams as Amari takes the first pitch right down the middle. And the pitch. And he bounces the ball off the plate. He's running down. The pitcher comes up, tries to make a fly, throws it over there, and we hold up. The ball's thrown wild. Number 70, Amari Hutchinson doesn't have anybody on second base. He should cruise in there easy. So great job by number 17. Amari Hutchinson gets us started here in the top of the third inning as he bounces one off the plate. Pitcher comes down, makes a wild throw to first base, and he scoots around to second base. So great start to the inning for our Rams. All right, folks, 2-3 up to the bat. That's not Devontae Hardiman, but that's someone wearing that same uniform or that same number. He takes a strike in, but once again, kudos to number 17, Amari Hutchinson. Amari Hutchinson takes advantage of the wild throw to first and boogies on the second base. So we got a runner here in scoring position. 2-3 sitting out there watching the pitch. He take the first two pitches. As we'll go back to the top of the order here after this batter. Swung on and missed. Cam turns around the bump, pulls it back as the ball goes outside, and that'll be ball one. Takes the count to 1-0. So trailing the contest 6-1 in the top of the third. We're trying to make something happen as we get back to the top order. He squares around again and gets hit with the ball. He gets hit with the ball as he walks down. As he walks down the nine, as he walks down to first base, the pitcher's trying to ask for a change of heart. We don't need to worry about that. We need to get on down the base as he calls a hit batter. So being hit by the pitch, that'll move Cam Armstrong to first base, and up comes Jace Yearwood, number 3. So, yeah, that was a little controversial because, to be honest with you, whenever you put that bat out there for a bunt, typically you got to swing it back, or they can constitute that as a swing. And if it's a swing and you get hit, it goes down as a strike. Well, Jace Yearwood comes up to the plate, and he takes the first pitch, which is a strike. So once again, sitting pretty good right here with a man on first and second, one out here at the top of the third inning. Jace Yearwood in the batter's box takes one high and inside, and the count goes to 1-1. So we have some movement on the bases, folks, which is always good. Man in scoring position, Jace Yearwood at the plate. Like our odds here, at the count is 1-1. The pitch. Jace watches that one go high and outside, takes the count to 2-1. So as we trail on the scoreboard, 6-1, great chance to try to decrease that lead here by the Mary Parsons Junior Varsity program. Oh, that one's inside, and it catches Jace again. So Jace is living up to the nickname that the players will probably call him. He's going to get hit at least once a game, and I'm glad it's not nothing serious. So Jace takes the hit, trots on down to first base, and we load him up. So in a great spot here to make some things happen as Mary Parsons calls a timeout to go out and talk to the pitcher, try to settle him down. We have bases loaded with Jay Francis coming up to the plate. I like our odds here, so we're going to see what happens if we can crack the scoreboard and try to shorten up this lead. Once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in live to the broadcast on YouTube or Facebook. Once again, please reach out. Tell everybody you can that the junior varsity program at Newton is broadcasting all their games, all 23 of their games here live over the internet. So after giving up 4 runs in the first inning, they came back and got 2 runs. We snuck one in as Gabe stole home on a wild pitch to get us on the scoreboard. Looks like they're going to swap out pitchers here, and so the pitcher will get a chance to warm up.
And we're in this intermission is last.
All right, folks, being one of the first sponsors to come on board, Lit Deli is once again right down the street from One Ram Way. They have an assortment of delicious foods from wings to fish and so much more. This business is right in our backyard, and you need to absolutely go by and try some of their menu items. Just being named Lit should tell you that they are bringing that fire. All right, folks, as we come here in the top of the third inning, 1 out, bases loaded, and Jay Francis is in the batter's box. First pitch goes high. Great stop by the catcher as he jumps up and snatches one out of the air to stop another run from coming across the plate. Brings the count to 1-0 here. Jay Francis got some food out there, could eat up big time here, help us out tremendously. And he hits one down to shortstop right between short and third. He makes it to first base. Great throw there from the left fielder as they're only able to give up 1 run, but great job by Jay Francis as he puts it in play and brings a run across the plate. So a single there by Jay moves everybody along as number 15, Kirk Campbell, gets into the batter's box. So all the runners move along. We're sitting real pretty here with bases loaded and only 1 out here in the top of the third inning. Cool! Kirk Campbell crushes one to left center, and that ball heads to the fence as we have all bases running. Jay Francis is the last of those three. Kurt trying to take three. Kurt goes in. He brings it in, slides in, and Kurt Campbell gets a huge triple, which clears the bases for our junior varsity Rams as we clear the bases. Kurt Campbell with a phenomenal hit to left center, and it trickles all the way to the fence, and that clears the bases. So the timing was right for Kurt Campbell as he hits a triple and clears the bases, and we get right back into this game as we're now trailing on the scoreboard of 6-5, and Gabriel White is in the batter's box. Outstanding hitting by Kurt Campbell as he sits on third base. One out still. Gabriel White in the batter's box. Swinging a cut. Nice cut by Gabe, but it foul tips off, and that'll take the count to 0-1. So the field was set for Kurt Campbell, and he hit a massive shot to left center, right between the left field and the center fielder that dribbles over to the fence, and we clear the bases. So great third inning for our young junior varsity Rams as we climb up the scoreboard and only trail this contest 6-5. That ball goes in the dirt. They have a pretty nice catch of themselves as he's been able to stop everything, whether it's bouncing or high. And the count goes to 1-1 here. Ooh, Gabe wanted that one, but he pulled off as that one went high and takes the count to 2-1. Once again, we got Kurt Campbell sitting down there on third base. All we need is for Gabriel to put this ball in play, and we should be able to get Kurt home. And that one goes high and outside as Gabe watches another one soar by. So that puts us in a good situation as Gabe's ahead in the count 3-1. We know if it's there, Gabe is going to swing and put this ball in play. Oh, big cut there by Gabriel as the pitcher blows it right by him, takes the count full at 3-2. So big pitch here. We have Nick Johnson sitting on deck, and that's a good thing because there's only one out here, but we need Gabriel White to put this ball in play. Swung on and popped up. This should be exactly what we need. It's between the center fielder and the shortstop. It drops in. Kurt Campbell comes home. Gabe takes a big cut. He turns back around, and he sees the ball, and he takes off. Oh, he waits. The ball is fired over second base. Jay slides in. And outstanding base running. Even better, he got the run in by Kurt Campbell, which ties the score here, folks, in the top of the third inning. So great hitting there once again by Gabriel White as he pops one in between the shortstop and the left fielder. Left fielder made a gallant play at laying out. He just was unable to make the catch, and that's going to get one across the scoreboard as we tie this game up 6-6 with Nick Johnson in the batter's box. So fine piece of hitting and fine piece of base running here by our young junior varsity Rams as we tie this score up in the top of the third, 6-6. Nick takes a look at it, thought about swinging, pulled the bat back, and now the count is 2-1 here. We still only have one inning here, one out here in the top of the third inning. Ball is high again. Nick having a pretty strong at bat as he's ahead in the count 3-1. Gabriel White is on second base, always a threat to steal, but right now not necessarily needed. And the pitch. Oh, that one goes in the dirt, bounces. The catcher once again stops it. They got a pretty phenomenal catcher behind the plate. And Nick watches the fourth ball go in as he trots down to first base. So got something working here in the top of the third, folks. We make huge strides as we come back and tie this game up 6-6 in the top of the third. Brian McLaren comes into the batter's box. Nick on first, Gabriel White on second. Got runners in position to score. Nice cut by Brian as he sends a shot out to left field. It goes over the left fielder's head. Gabriel White is coming in. He's trying. Here comes Nick coming right behind him. Brian cruises into second base, and once again, Brian McLaren comes through with a huge hit to left field. So, and phenomenal shot by Brian as he yanks one to left field and gets a double. We bring in 2 runs and increase the lead 8-6 over the Mary Persons Junior Varsity squad. So all systems are go right now for our young Rams as they bring out those bats that we've seen all season. Phenomenal hit there as he kept his head in there, went straight through the ball, and that ball was a rocket, folks. Still one. Brian over to third base. So anytime you move the runner, it's always a good thing. That gives us 2 outs here in the top of the third inning. All right, so number 6, Kenneth Briggs steps in the batter's box. We got Brian sitting on third base. We're trying to get that another run to increase this lead. A swing and a miss as the pitcher comes back with some high heat and takes the count to 0-1. Folks, I just saw some bubbles come up, have no clue where they came from. Nice cut. He hits it right back to the pitcher. So number 13 puts it in play. Unfortunately, hits it back to the pitcher. But, hey, the damage has been done as we put 7 on the scoreboard in that particular inning, and we lead this contest 8-6 as we go into the bottom of the third inning. Very exciting inning here for our junior varsity Rams as our bats came back to life, folks. Now we have to sit up here and protect this lead and keep on swinging as we go to the bottom of the third. Once again, folks, I want to explain to you, this is the second game of a double hitter, and each game was made with 5 innings or has a 5-game completion inning. So as we go into the bottom of the third, it looks like we may be making a pitching change. I do see Nick walking out to the mound, so it looks like we're going to be making a pitching change as Kurt pitched 2 pretty good innings and heads over to third base. So exciting things going on in that third inning as we played 7, folks, 7 runs as the bats came to life in the top of the third inning. Once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning into the live broadcast here. We are broadcasting live from Mary Persons High School in Forsyth, Georgia. This is the second game of a double hitter. We lost the first game. The guys really looked at that and knew that they could play better, and they actually have come out and shown that they can play better, and they are playing better as we lead this contest 8-6 going into the bottom of the third. With words like juicy and crawfish in the title, you already know that they are making seafood galore. When I tell you they are pumping out some of the best seafood bags in the state, you better believe it. I'm a loyal participant when it comes to providing a great seafood meal for the family. Trust me, their meal is large and the quality of food is delightful. If that seafood appetite arises, head on over to the Juicy Crawfish in the Kroger Plaza on Salem Road. All right, folks, after an exciting top of the third inning, we come back in with a new pitcher here. Nick Johnson takes the mound, and this is his first batter at the bottom of the third inning. Wind gust comes and blows some dirt here towards Nick. He fires, and it's high and outside. So we lead the contest 8-6 here in the bottom of the third. They have some deadly bats, so we just have to make plays whenever we have an opportunity. As Nick throws his second pitch, which is a ball low and outside, takes the count to 2-0. Exciting baseball here for our young junior varsity Rams as we played 7 in the last inning, and the bats came to life. Low and inside, bounces one off the ground. So Nick's trying to find his way here in the bottom of the third, throwing 3 straight balls. And the pitch. And that one's high as well. And Nick walks his first batter. So they got the first batter on base, which is always good for an offensive team. But Nick trying to find his way here on the pitching mound. He'll figure it out as it looks like we're towards the bottom of their lineup. But they have shown already that they can really put the ball in play. So we just have to make the opportunities when they come to us, as there's a man on first base. Nick peeks over twice at first base. Gabriel White sitting there holding his glove out. And the pitch, the batter takes off running. Ball's high and outside. Jay, ooh, nice stop there. Jay Francis catches and throws it to Jay. Jay stops it off the bat, but the batter steals. And he's on second base. First pitch was a ball. And the count is 1-0 here in the bottom of the third. And the pitch. Nick throws one low and inside. Batter has to duck. So 6 straight balls by Nick as the catcher goes out to talk him, trying to settle him down a little bit. Nick's been in this situation before. He knows how to get himself out of it. And that gives the count at 3-0. Great pitch to just throw your best strike here. Let's see what Nick does. And he throws one inside, and that's going to walk him. So after 2 batters, we put both of them on base. So there's a batter, a runner on first and second with no outs here in the bottom of the third inning. All right, so Nick taking his time on the mound, trying to get back to what we know Nick can do, and that's throw strikes. Looks around at the man on first and second and delivers the pitch. And that's inside. So 9 straight balls here by Nick. Nick having a little trouble trying to find the strike zone. And the pitch. Low, bounces in the ground. Runners take off. No throw. Runners advance to second and third. And there's still no outs here in the bottom of the third. That'll take the count to 2-0 here. And the pitch. That's low and inside. So Nick having a little trouble out there. Got himself in a little trouble finding the strike zone. Crowd is really behind Nick, giving him the confidence he needs to go out there and perform. And the pitch. Nice pitch by him as the ball is hit deep to left field inside of play. It's inside the foul baseline. Our left fielder fumbles the ball, throws it into Jason shortstop, and they take that 2-run lead that we had and they dissolve it real quickly as now the score is tied at 8-8 and we don't have any outs here in the bottom of the third inning. So that's a double for that young man. All right, so they do a pinch runner here for their last hitter who hit a double and brought 2 RBIs in. And that ties the score at 8-8 here in the bottom of the third with 0 outs here. Nick threw a nice strike there, but the batter, that looked inside. But, he doesn't give Nick the benefit of the doubt. Says it's too far inside, and the count goes to 1-0. So Nick going to have to do it himself, not getting any help there from the umpire. He brings a nice pitch that catches the outside corner. So Nick fights back and gets his second strike here of the inning. Sometimes all it takes is just that one pitch to get him going, and we hope that's the pitch that's getting Nick going. Nice pitch again as the batter swings and fouls it off over their backstop. Over their dugout. And now Nick's ahead in the count, 1-2. And the pitch. Swung on and hit to left center. That's pretty deadly right there, folks. That's going to trickle towards the fence as the runner on second boogies his way around. They throw the ball in the chase at shortstop, but the damage has been done as they take the lead back 9-8 as the batter hits a double in the left center. All right, so Kurt Campbell goes out and talks to his pitcher, try to give Nick some confidence, let him know we still got you back, Nick. Just go ahead and throw some strikes. Nick comes back, and we trail on the scoreboard now 9-8 with no outs here in the bottom of the third. So low and outside is what the umpire calls it. That's ball one. So they still have a man on second base here with no outs. Low and outside. Takes the count to 2-0. And the pitch. That's a little bit low. It was kind of close there, but he's not giving him the benefit of the doubt. He's not going to get any help here from the umpire. Nick's going to have to do it all himself. That takes the count to 3-0. There is a base open, so no harm, no foul. Man on second base, but no outs here in the bottom of the third. And that one's high. And we walk a man on base. So Nick got himself into a little trouble. Looks like the coach is going to call a timeout, walk out there and talk with Nick. Let's see what happens, and we'll be right back. All right, folks, we're back to live play. Nick back on the bump after talking to the coaches and his teammates. We got his back over here. We're trying to just go ahead and have Nick throw them strikes, and he does. We hit one deep out to left field. This one heads towards the fence. It's going to be a little trouble here, folks, as two men are trying to come around the base. We throw the ball into the shortstop, Jace. Jace comes in, fires at the third base where Kurt Campbell is, and we limit that to one run off of that hit, but it's still no outs here in the bottom of the third, and they increase their lead by 2-10. All right, the count is 10-8. Still no outs here as they played 4 here so far in this inning in the bottom of the third. Ball goes a little bit high on Nick, and it brings the count to 1-0. All right, so Nick goes back to firing here. Down behind the count in 1-0. Takes a look, and the pitch, a little bit low. Takes the count to 2-0. And the pitch. That's high and outside. We relax a little bit too much, and we don't take care of the ball in there, but it still went home on a wild pitch. Three balls, no strikes here on the batter. They played another one. It gives them the lead of 3 by the score of 11-8 here in the bottom of the third with no outs. Runner moved over to third base. Runner scored. And the pitch. That one's low and inside, and that's going to walk the batter. And now they have a man on first and third. So we got ourselves into a little trouble here, folks. It's man on first and third, no outs here. They played it 5 here in the bottom of the third inning, and we trail 11-8. And the pitch. Swung and missed. So nice pitch by Nick there. So maybe that'll get Nick started here. And the pitch. Runner from first takes off, but it's foul tipped. And that runner will have to go back to first. As Nick throws a pretty good pitch right there down the pipe to this left-hand batter. And the pitch. Runner takes off again from first base. Nick throws a looper low and outside. Takes the count to 1-2. High and outside. Takes the count even at 2-2. All right, folks. So we got ourselves in a little trouble here. Man on second and third with no outs here in the bottom of the third. Another high pitch means 3-2. The count goes to 3-2 with a man on second and third here in the bottom of the third inning. No outs here, folks. And the pitch. Nice pitch by Nick, but he's able to touch it and foul it off into the left field dugout. All right, so good chance for Nick to try to get our first out here as the count is full. And the pitch. Oh, high and outside. We walk another one, and now the bases are loaded here with no outs. Just come in. The pitch is high. 1-0.